Hello guys, today we'll be talking about the book The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferris. This is my book summary, notes, and review. This book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferris, is a guide that challenges traditional notions of work and life. Ferris advocates for a radical approach to achieving personal and financial freedom by achieving the 9 to 5 grind, automating income, and designing a lifestyle that prioritizes what matters most to you. The book offers practical strategies and mindset shifts that to help readers achieve more with less effort, ultimately creating a life of freedom and fulfillment. You can visit, by the way, my website, kevinumali.com. And I also invite you to join my email newsletter so that you will be receiving free book reviews and summarized tips from top mentors about living a life to the fullest. Just visit kevinumali.com. So here are the big ideas, concepts, and principles from the book. Let's talk about first the new rich. Tim Ferris introduces the concept of the new rich. It is a group of people who value time and mobility over money and traditional career success. The new rich focus on maximizing life experiences rather than accumulating wealth, using time and location freedom as their primary currency. Next one, the deal framework. The book is structured around the deal framework, which stands for definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. These 4 steps guide readers through the process of redefining work life, eliminating unnecessary tasks, automating income, and achieving ultimate freedom. The definition, these steps involves redefining your goals and understanding what you truly want out of life. Ferris encourages readers to challenge societal norms and ask themselves what they would do if they didn't have to work for money. Defining your ideal lifestyle is the first step toward creating it. Next one is elimination. Tim Ferris advocates for eliminating unnecessary tasks and distractions. This involves applying 80-20 principle. It's the Pareto principle. This is the first time where I encountered this idea, the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. By identifying and eliminating the 80% of tasks that contribute little to your success, you can focus on what truly matters. Next one is automation. Ferris emphasizes the importance of automating income streams to free up time. He suggests creating businesses that require minimal effort to maintain, such as online businesses or products that sell themselves. By outsourcing and delegating tasks, you can reduce the amount of time you spend working. Next one is liberation. The final step is achieving liberation, living a life of freedom and flexibility. This includes strategies for negotiating remote work, taking mini retirements, and structuring your life to prioritize experiences over material possessions. If you can see, Tim Ferris, the author, is also introducing or reintroducing the idea that the real wealth is not only coming from money, but there are also other aspects of life, such as the freedom and the what he is defining or what he is discussing about this new rich, that you have the time and the location freedom, not only the material possessions. Right? Next one, he also introduces the idea or the concept of mini retirements. Instead of waiting until old age to retire, Ferris advocates for taking mini retirements throughout your life. These are extended periods of time off where you can travel, pursue hobbies, or simply enjoy life. The idea is to integrate leisure and exploration into your life now rather than deferring it until retirement. And I have also experienced this even if I'm not that old, wherein I try to experience different adventures before there are more nerve-wracking adventures that I can try. But now I'm getting older. I can now feel some fear. That's why it is really not nice if you will be trying different adventures and experiences while you are young. Next one, outsourcing and delegation. Ferris encourages readers to outsource as much of their work as possible, both professionally and personally. By delegating tasks to virtual assistants or other professionals, you can focus on higher value activities and reduce the time spent on mundane or repetitive tasks. Another thing I can connect or relate with this one, something I learned from Alex Hormozy, wherein he shared that rich people buy time, whereas poor people buy distractions. Next one, the low information diet. Tim Ferriss advocates for a low information diet wherein you limit your consumption of news, social media, and other distractions that don't contribute to your goals. This helps to reduce mental clutter and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Next one is fear setting. One of the key characteristics in the book is fear setting, where you identify your fears and then analyze the worst case scenarios. Ferris argues that most fears are exaggerated and that by confronting them head on, you can make more confident decisions and take bold actions. Tim Ferris also taught us about the worst case scenario analysis, wherein if there is something you are fearful about, write down the things that the worst case that could happen, and then you will realize that those scenarios could be really remote to happen, and then you will realize that you are too much invested on those fear and worry that are not gonna happen, or there's a very minimal chance of happening. Next one, creating a muse. Ferris introduces the concept of a muse, a low-maintenance business that generates passive income. The goal is to create a business that requires minimal involvement from you, allowing you to focus on living your ideal lifestyle. Going back to the concept or the idea that the poor people buys time, maybe if you are pursuing this new rich lifestyle, I am considering or thinking I may also look for investments wherein there are very minimal time commitment about that. Maybe I'll be creating another video about that. If you like that, just hit the like button or comment down below. Next one, batching tasks. To increase efficiency, Ferris suggests batching similar tasks together and tackling them in focused sessions. This reduces the time wasted on context switching and helps you accomplish more in less time. There is a study if I'm not mistaken, just correct me in the comment down below, by University of California, wherein every distraction you take, it will take you like 20 plus minutes. If I'm not mistaken, it's 28 minutes to recover and go back to the real item or real activities that you are focusing with. Next idea, principle lifestyle design. The overarching theme of the book is lifestyle design, consciously creating a life that aligns with your values and desires. Tim Ferriss encourages readers to question the status quo and design a life that prioritizes freedom, fulfillment, and happiness. Again, I invite you to join my email newsletter to receive free book reviews and summarized tips from top mentors. Just visit kevinumali.com. So here are the quick book notes. The 80-20 principle. Identify the 20% of activities that generate 80% of your results and focus on these high-impact tasks. Next one is mini retirement. Incorporate periods of extended time off throughout your life rather than deferring leisure until old age. Outsourcing. Delegate or automate low-value tasks to free up time for more important pursuits. The low information diet. Limit your consumption of news, emails, and social media to reduce distraction. Fear setting. Confront your fears by analyzing the worst case scenarios and realizing they're often less dire than you imagine. Muse creation. Build a low-maintenance business that generates passive income, allowing you to focus on living your ideal life. Batching. Group similar tasks together to maximize the efficiency and minimize time spent on repetitive actions. Location independence. Negotiate remote work or build a business that allows you to work from anywhere in the world. That's so nice. Here are some of the impactful quotes from the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Doing something unimportant well does not make it important. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. The question you should be asking isn't, what do I want? Or what are my goals? But, what would excite me? There are things that, sometimes you feel like you are being defocused or it's hard for you to retain your focus. Maybe it's the time to recognize that maybe you are not pursuing something exciting, something big, or something that excites you. Next one, the opposite of happiness is not sadness, it's boredom. Being busy is most often used as a guise for avoiding the few critically important but uncomfortable actions. Focus on being productive instead of busy. Life is too short to be small. Whoa. Aim for big, bold goals. Sheesh. Most people are fast to stop you before you get started, but hesitate to get in the way if you're moving. You are the average of the 5 people you most associate with. Doing less is not being lazy. Don't give in to a culture that values personal sacrifice over personal productivity. Money is multiplied in practical value depending on the number of W's you control in your life. What you do, when you do it, where you do it, and with whom you do it. Cool. That is really nice advice. It's like highlighting the new rich lifestyle. If you're not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. The timing is never right. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. Whoa. Don't bring the dreams with you to the grave. Most people will choose unhappiness over uncertainty. As Tim Ferriss said, maybe you're not sad, maybe you're just bored. Conquering fear, it's just a paraphrase of his quote from the book, that the opposite of happiness is not sadness, but it's boredom. Conquering fear equals redefining fear. The goal is not to simply eliminate the bad, but to pursue and experience the best in the world. By working faithfully 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. The 80-20 principle: 80% of the results come from 20% of the efforts. Focus on the few things that yield the greatest results. Information overload is a problem of the past. Today's problem is information filter failure. Retirement is worst case scenario insurance. It is nothing more than a hedge against the absolute worst case of boredom. Design your life so you don't have to wait until retirement to enjoy it. Come on. Whew. Thank you, Team Ferris. Being able to quit things that don't work is integral to being a winner. I'm gonna reread this book. Seriously. Less is not laziness. Doing less meaning less work so that you can focus on things of greater personal importance is not laziness. It's being selective. Apply Pareto principle and do the work that inspires you. Next idea. People don't want to be millionaires. They want to experience what they believe only millions can buy. Focus on the experiences you want, not just accumulating money. There is a good book, Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. I'm gonna create a book summary for that as well soon. So subscribe and hit the like button for this video if you would like me to create a book summary for that. Next quote. A person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. Yeah. You have to face that head on, whatever it is. The truth will hurt you, but will set you free. Once you say you're going to settle for a second, that's what happens to you in life. Don't settle. Aim for highest potential. Noted. There is a direct correlation between an increased sphere of comfort and getting what you want. Expand your comfort zone to achieve more. Don't settle for less. Do something what excites you. Alternating periods of activity and rest is necessary to survive, let alone thrive. Balance work with rest to maintain productivity and well-being. Again, go back to the idea that us, human, we are part of nature. And if we can observe or study nature, we can see that everything goes in cycle, and part of it is resting. To enjoy life, you don't need fancy nonsense, but you do need to control your time. True freedom comes from having control over your schedule. The future is sooner and stranger than you think. Be open to new possibilities and embrace change. Focus on minimizing input and maximizing output. Efficiency is about doing less but achieving more. So that's it. If you like that, learn something from that, subscribe to this YouTube channel or to this podcast. Now I invite you to join my email newsletter. That is for free, and you'll be receiving free book reviews like this and summarized tips from top mentors on how to live life to the fullest. Just visit kevinumali.com and see you on my next video.